Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Thursday, January the 5th, race number 7 at Aqueduct. We're going 1 mile on the inner dirt. It's an optional claiming race. Let's take a look at this field. It's a short field. There's a horse in here that is 4 to 5 on the morning line. His name is Ocean Knight. And Mike, I get the feeling that you and I don't trust Ocean Knight as far as we can throw him.
Yeah, it's not that I don't trust him. I just don't think he's that good. It's only a short field. There's only 5 in here. Maybe it's not the most interesting betting race in the world, but to me, it's at least, it might be interesting anyway, because if Ocean Knight is a really short price, personally, I think he's a great horse to bet against.
He's always been more sizzle than steak. He won the Sam F. Davis in his second lifetime start. He was very briefly on the Kentucky Derby Trail in 2015. And while he's placed in a couple of graded stakes races, he's also found spots like this in optional claiming races where he's bet and he doesn't win. He draws inside under Jose Ortiz, and according to the Timeform US pace projector, there's a good chance that Ocean Knight might be able to scoot to the lead. And if that's the case, over this track, and we've seen it over the inner dirt recently, that's not a bad place to be.
It's certainly been an advantage for most of the meet for the last few weeks anyway. You can see on the pace projector too. Not only is he clear early, it's a pace scenario that favors horses in that position. So, I don't know, maybe he'll go to the front, maybe he'll wire this field, and maybe he'll do it at a short price. Personally, I just want to bet against him. I don't particularly like any one of his races. And I know that it was Pertonico, who's a pretty good horse, who ran him down on September 9th, but I mean, if he was good, why didn't he win that race? Pertonico was off of a really long layoff. He got loose on the lead that day. He was second off the layoff. It felt like everything was going his way that day, and he just found a way not to hold on.
Number 2 is Old Upstart, and I do want to remind everybody on the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, you've got free Formulator past performances coming to you, so download and follow along, and you'll see that Old Upstart, trained by one of our favorites here in New York, Gary Gullo, underrated yet excellent. This is a horse off the Gullo claim, and that's been a very, very powerful angle, as we see with our Formulator fact. Over the past year with older horses, first off the claim in dirt routes, I mean, 38% and a 447 ROI. That's a big deal. And this horse is getting an opportunity to stretch back out around 2 turns. He's done good work around 2 turns in the past.
That's a good thing for him. He can go this far, so it's not a big deal for him stretching out in this race. And you also get the advantage for a horse like him that he stretches back out after, landing in a sprint race. Last time he had no pace at all. He's way back off the pace. He had no chance in the race and actually did really well to just miss 4th in there. The problem for him in this race is he's stepping way up in class. And he's run some good races, but I put him 3rd in here. I think he's the best long shot if you want to take a shot with, but it's hard for me to believe he's going to beat both of the 2 favorites in here.
The horse that beat him last time out, Still KRZ, came back to place in a $25,000 starter with an 88 Beyer speed figure. The 3 Voluntario is the second choice at 7 to 5. This horse popped a big Beyer speed figure, going a 1-turn mile on the main track, 2 back. And last time out, I just thought it was an intensely inside speed favoring track. This horse made a big wide move on the turn, and it looked like he was running on a beach in the stretch.
Yeah, I agree with all that stuff. I mean, I just think he's a good horse. He had a really good 3-year-old year for Rudy. Some underrated races he ran against some good 3-year-olds. The Sir Barton comes to mind when he took that big run at American Freedom and just couldn't get by him. He ran well on the Dwyer as well. He has a big excuse for his last race. I think he's good. I think he's better than Ocean Knight. I think he'll be a better price than Ocean Knight, and I think he's going to beat that horse.
Should fit in from a class perspective. He just chased Send It In over that bias track. That horse came back to beat New York Breds in the Alex M. Robb with a 96 Beyer. Prate de Rayo just turned 9. He's earned over $600,000 in his career. And last time out, 6 furlongs, probably a little bit short for him. He's going to get an opportunity to stretch back out to a more comfortable distance. But at this point in his career, I'm just not sure he really classes up with these kind of horses.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty tough spot for a horse like him. He has been back in really good form, though, for Steve Caceres lately. It's nice to see him, back racing in good form again, but this is a tough spot.
I was a bit surprised that the Timeform US pace projector had Fury of the Norseman so far back, and the sort of last in this field. The last time we saw him on dirt, I know those fractions weren't anything to speak of, but he was up close to John Jones, a pretty sharp horse in his own right. He was not as good as that horse. He chased him in vain all the way around the racetrack. I'm not sure I buy that 92 Beyer speed figure. Sometimes we see these Mid-Atlantic figs, A are inflated and B, it was kind of just a merry-go-round all the way around the track. This horse has run some decent races in the past. I'm hoping Antonio Gallardo can keep him forward. 12 to 5-1 on the morning line. I'll geek a shot against the favorite with Fury of the Norseman.
Getting forward in this race would go a long way for his chances, I suppose. Personally, I don't like any one of his races, in particular his dirt races. To me, he just wasn't good enough to beat the two favorites in here, but we'll find out.
But Mike's top selection in here is the number 3, Voluntario. I'm going to go with the 5, Fury of the Norseman. I'm against Ocean Knight in here. Mike's going 3-1 and 2, but I'd rather go 5-3 and use Voluntario as well in multiple race wagers. If you are playing the Thursday Aqueduct card from home, DRF Bets is the way to go. $100 worth of free bets, $100 sign-up bonus, $25 extra free bet waiting for you right now if you sign up at drfbets.com/free bet. Approximate post time for your Formulator Race of the Day for Thursday, January the 5th, the 7th at Aqueduct, 3:20 Eastern. Best of luck.